Tubes. Hey, today we're going to change the guitar pegs on my Gibson CL35, and one of the reasons is because when I was playing around with the bridge a little bit, or should say the saddle, I actually broke one of my pegs off. So in order to do the job, you're going to need a couple things. The first thing you're going to need is obviously some replacement guitar pegs. I highly recommend these Simulated Bones by TUSQ, and if you want something special, you can get the ones with the little abalone in them and stuff, which is kind of nice. I'm trying to focus it here for you. And there's the part number if you want it. Now, I will caution you, when you buy pegs, all pegs aren't created equal. And what I mean by that is there's different peg hole diameters. So if you want to know which peg to get, then you're going to have to do some research on your guitar. And there's multiple places you can do it. You can also call somebody like Sweetwater, which is where I got these from. I don't remember what these were. They were kind of expensive for pegs, considering you can get some online for like $9, but these are high quality pegs. So this isn't just your average little peg replacement with a little plastic thing, like which normally comes stock on a guitar. So do your research, make sure you get the right peg. If you have a Gibson or a Martin, I believe this is the part number for you if you want to do it. Now there's different types of pegs too. Like I said, there's different sizes, and this chart right here, all the information on this chart for the most part was picked up off of Murray's Music. There'll be a link down below. So what you do is go find your guitar for the year and stuff, and then that should be the peg that should fit your guitar. Now there is a difference between pegs. There's bone, there's simulated bone, there's rosewood, there's ebony, there's metal, there's brass. I mean, there's all kinds of different types of pegs. For the average guitar player who doesn't really play a lot, like me, you're not really going to notice the difference. For a professional, yeah, they're going to notice the difference between the different types of pegs. And the same thing goes for the bridge saddle right here. There's different types of those, and that's kind of a different topic, but since we're here, I thought I would talk about it. And then there's also your nut, which is this little piece up here that holds your strings in line for your keys. So anyways, those are some things you need to think about if you want to get a little bit more serious about playing guitar and things like that. Okay, what else we got to do? All right, for tools, for a stuck peg or a broken off peg, you're going to need a small pair of pliers, and we'll get to that. You're going to need a guitar. You don't really need these two items right here for unwinding your strings. It just makes it a lot easier. This one's a combination tool. It has a peg remover. I highly recommend a peg remover so you don't end up doing this with your screwdriver or whatever. Yeah. And this one also has a key. I'm not even sure what they really call it, but it's like a key wrench or something, or a key winder. And then up on top, it has little nippers right here so that you can go ahead and cut the strings once you once you change strings, if you want to change strings. I need to be doing that, but that's a different video. So the first thing you want to do is you want to determine if you're just going to change the pegs and the strings, or if you're going to actually do a minimal repair, like replace a broken peg like that. For replacing a broken peg, you really need to remove all the strings. If you're just going to change the pegs, what I recommend, the easiest way to do it, is to go ahead and do one string at a time and one peg at a time. And that way the guitar and all the tension stays on the fretboard here. And things, you know, it's a lot easier to tune one string at a time than trying to tune them all, you know. I mean, even though you tune them all at once, but since the other strings pretty much stay in tune, it's easier to just do one at a time, since, like I said, the tension is already there. So, for me, I have to remove all the strings because I have to put my hand in the hole and get on the bottom of this. And so let's go ahead and start that right now. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to loosen up all the strings like this. Now, you don't actually have to take the strings off per se. What you do have to do is you have to at least remove them from here. So if you're a person who doesn't want to change strings right out the get-go, but just wants to change the pegs, it's a lot easier to just do them like this, loosen them up. Let's see if I can't zoom in here for you. Just go ahead and loosen them up so that they don't come out, and that so the string is loose like this. Then you get your guitar peg remover. Okay, here we go. So we get them up like this, and you can wiggle them and pull them. Sometimes they're a little tough. Not always, but sometimes. There you go. Now, if you were going to just change the peg, now would be the time to change the peg, and then go ahead and come back up here and tune the guitar with the tuner. So, no, and I forgot to mention that's something else you're going to need, unless you just tune by ear and you're really good at that. I'm not. I need one of these. So let me get the rest of the strings loose here and get the pegs out so we can go after this one on the inside here. Alright, now that I've got all the strings pretty much loose like this, just set them off to the side. Let me hit a wide angle here for you for a second. Just set them off to the side over here. I guess I could just go ahead and do these. I've already pre-loosened them, except for the one that's broken. If you're gonna just change the strings, you could do them one at a time and tune it, stretch it, all that. So take these and set them off to the side. Now this one, sometimes they'll be loose and you can just pull them up, and this one's not. So what you'll have to do is you'll have to loosen the string or remove it, and stand up and get in here and wiggle it around with your hand, and it'll pop. Now if it doesn't pop, and they don't always pop, get yourself those pliers I was telling about. Don't use the area with the cutter on it. You don't want to use that area because you don't want to cut it, you want to remove it. Go ahead and stick it in here like this, and turn your hand basically like this inside the guitar, and you're using your finger here to find it. Once you find it, then you can grab it and you can wiggle it like this and push it up. So let me demonstrate. Even though I don't need to do that on this, I was able to get my finger on it. You might have to lean over a little bit. There you go. Now I've got it. You can grab it and then just wiggle it and push it up like that. Pull the pliers out, set it on the table, and use your finger to push it up. Now if it's still stubborn, you can still wiggle it too, and also wiggle the string like this back and forth while you're pushing it up, and then you'll be able to remove your broken peg. Now since I'm not changing strings, I'm just going to leave this in here, and now's the time that you would want to go ahead and grab your brand new pegs and install them. So you can put them in here like that. Whoop, one at a time. And I usually start up here at the head, and I'll start with the two furthest away and the two that are on the inside right here, and I'll work my way in and go ahead and drop them in. You can go ahead and push them down real good with your thumbs, and don't forget to position them up here as well. Let me see if I can show that over there. There you go. A little bit more. Here we go. Don't forget to position them up here on your nut as well, so that when they're moving, you get them in the right spot. Now if you get one string that turns out it's over one of the others, don't worry about it. Just kind of feed it underneath it and move it around where it needs to go. All right, let's go ahead and zoom you back out and get you back down here on the bridge. I think I need to be this way. There we go. I don't know, maybe I could move you in a little bit better. There we go, let's try that. So now we're back here. So like I said, just make sure you put the strings where they need to go on the saddle, and then go ahead and put your string in the hole. Now when you put the peg in, there's a little slot. That slot goes towards the string. Push the string all the way down, and then push the peg all the way in and press it hard with your thumb. String in the hole, slot towards the string, and press down, press hard. There we go. So I really have enjoyed this Gibson. It's been pretty good. From what I understand, they only made it for a couple years. The reason I don't play a lot is because I got really small hands, and it's hard for me to do it, and I really don't have a lot of time, so I don't play this guitar anywhere near as much as I should play it. However, my son, he loves to play. He does electric and some other stuff, and he plays in a church band, or a praise team as some people call it. There we go. All right, when you get all your pegs in, go ahead and check your nut. Make sure all your strings are up on top and in the proper order. Looks like I got that one. I'll move that one over. There we go. Make sure they're all straight and all the way down. Now all you have to do is just go ahead and tighten them all up. Sometimes I like to use one of the bigger key winders like this, and it's got a little rubber on the bottom, and what I'll usually do is set the guitar flat and just kind of press down with that rubber on the pegs and kind of seat them a little bit so they don't pop up when I tune the guitar. So if you're a beginner guitarist, you need to go look up a video on how to go ahead and tune up your guitar. I'm not going to show that for this video. This wasn't about tuning a guitar. This was just about how to change your pegs without having to remove your strings, and to remove a broken peg from your guitar. I don't have any other videos on the guitar. I just happened to be doing it today, so I decided to videotape it and to share it with you guys. Guitars are a lot of fun. I really enjoy them when I do play it, and it does take time and effort, so don't give up like I did on occasion, and I'll pick it back up and I'll play it for a little while. But I want to thank you guys for watching, especially all you YouTubers that faithfully watch my channel, and the videos and things like that. So I guess with that being said, we're pretty much done here. And until the end of the video, go ahead and enjoy some still shots of the guitar.